York Rocks! What's up, everybody? It's Phil from New York Rocks TV. Stay tuned, you're watching New York Rocks, baby. Who rocks better than us?
Nobody rocks like New York Rocks. We rock the best. Welcome, everybody, to New York Rocks, and that was such a great opening. I want to introduce the great house band of Sal Sirchia, my friend, the mayor of New York, the mayor of rock and roll, too. He's both mayors. Yeah, that's the man right there. And we have my friend, Mikey Tattoo. Big Bad Bill on the drums. Yeah. And we have a special guest. We have Byron Clohessy, right? He's playing guitar, he's filling in, but how could you forget the New York rock girl, #1, Kirsten? Because you know what? New York Rocks is great because it's a bunch of great people that came down to the show here. Plus, I have a new addition to New York Rocks, the legendary AJ Perro from Twisted Sister, the man right here, the Staten Island native. And he knows who rocks the best.
That's right.
And he's rocking, man. That's right. We aren't going to take it.
We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore.
And we got a great big show here. We got a ton of great guests. We got Vital Point, because they have a lot of energy and they're ready to rock. And we have Jodi Jett, but we have a main guest, one of the main guests. We have a lot of main guests, but we have Robert Clohessy, the actor. Yeah. Robert, how are you, Robert?
Right.
Thank you for coming on New York Rocks. This is an honor to meet you.
Yeah.
Now, Rob's been around. Look at that. Sal's having fun with this show tonight. We're juiced.
From us.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't watch it, huh?
Yeah, you know, I was trying to stay out of trouble. So Robert was with Oz, but Robert didn't just start with Oz. He started a while back ago, right? With you started on a show called Hill Street Blues, right? Like on TV, right? There you go. Okay. Talk a little bit how you got started. Let's say before Hill Street Blues. How'd you get started in acting, and what was your first thing, movies or TV? Commercials, let's say?
Well, how I got started in acting was I was a fighter. You know, my whole family were fighters. And,
Are you Irish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why, right? The Irish. Fighting Irish, you know?
That's right.
No.
And we.
I thought I made a joke.
No, it was a good one. It was a good one.
Funny like that, right?
Fucking Irish.
Yeah, we could curse here, too. We can let everybody know.
No, what happened was I was a fighter, and I was actually what happened was I was fighting in Madison Square Garden in the Golden Gloves, and I got my ass kicked, and I thought I needed to do something else.
Yeah.
And that's right after that I went to I was born and raised in the Bronx, but right after that I went to a community college and started flirting around with trying to find out what I was going to do. maybe get laid. So,
Hey, that's what everybody gets in the game for, right? I think, right?
and, anyway, I went to community college, and that's when I got into theater, and I transferred to SUNY Purchase, New York.
Right.
And that's, so coming out of Purchase, mostly I did a lot of really awful off-Broadway shows.
Did you had to take acting classes, or you just?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So some guys actually never took acting classes, and they were just like, they got into the business. But what you learned with who? Like, who'd you train with?
There was nobody nobody in my family was in the business.
Right.
They were all
Drinking?
no, they were all drinking.
I don't know. Just kidding.
FBI, New York City cops, detectives.
That's it. But you had a lot of police roles. That's
and
why.
subsequently I played a lot of police. Right. I knew a little bit about cops. And so, and then about 5 years in, I was doing a play with Blythe Danner. I had a small part in a play, and she introduced me to a husband who was Bruce Paltrow. And he was executive producer of St. Elsewhere, and they were St. Elsewhere and Hill Street Blues shot in the same lot.
Right.
And they flew me out to audition for Hill Street Blues, and I got it. And subsequently, did a lot of TV out there for 12 years. Lived in LA for 12 years.
Now, well, he did a lot of movies.
Yeah,
right?
well, I was just going to say, one of my favorite movies, Angels in the Outfield.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
That's one of my favorite movies, and then you were in a movie with Jack.
So you must have kids.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Got to pushing them around.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of movies, right? Like, we got like 60, right?
Well, that's
60.
there's a funny movie about that,
Yeah.
Angels in the Outfield. Because there was more to me in that movie. Because it's kind of peculiar. You see me in the beginning of the film, I get in a big fight with Danny Glover, right? Then you see me in the locker room, and then you see him cut, right? I'm not in the film anymore. Well, it was a whole storyline where I come back. I'm actually the pitcher in the end who versus the Angels.
Oh, okay.
I'm the pitcher in the end, and then me and Danny Glover get back and become friends.
Could
but
be
the
worse.
whole
You
thing
could
got
be the
cut.
catcher, Pitch is always good giving it. The catcher, takes it, So you didn't get it this time, You know what I mean? The knockout.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
It's another joke.
I got hit in the head a lot.
Nobody's getting my jokes today. You know what? We have Dr. Lee. We want to introduce Dr. Lee. He's a world-renowned Dr. Lee, the holistic healer. Holistic healing, and we're going to talk about holistic healing. And also, we have Mikey Tattoo. So Mikey's going to come up and speak a little bit.
I just want to tell you a little bit about Dr. Lee fast.
Right.
This is world-renowned Dr. Lee, holistic healer of all ailments there is. And I just want to tell you a story fast about myself. For the last 3-4 years, my heart, and so I'm not talking about bones, my heart started skipping beats. And it got worse and worse and worse. And after about 2 years of that, it was up to 500 skips a day, where it was just incredible. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't do anything, I couldn't, and I'm an actor, I'm working out, I'm doing everything, and I don't know what's going on. So I went to the hospital, they did a whole checkup on me, and they wanted to put me on beta blockers and blood pressure medicine and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I went to Dr. Lee, I didn't want to do it their way, and I found his in a magazine, big magazine, and I went to see him. And to make a long story short, within 5 treatments, I was down from 500 skips a day to 20. And that was a year ago, and now riding the bicycle 20 miles a day, working out, every kind of thing, playing music, doing everything. And
Terrific.
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
All right, how'd you get started now in medicine? You started out a long time ago. You went to school.
Yeah, almost 31 years.
Are you from the United States originally?
Original from Beijing, China, made in China.
All right, so you're doing all this type of holistic healing, and name a couple other things that you magically do for people.
Let's say lupus. That's a hard one. I always treat the hard cases, MS,
Right.
rheumatoid arthritis,
Wow.
the stomach acid reflux.
Oh,
a lot of people have that.
What about hair growth?
You won't stop.
Yeah, here we do that.
You do hair growth too?
We do that, yeah.
See?
But that's
AJ,
take a little bit time.
Take a little bit of hair.
More time.
You
Yeah.
got paid for that. I don't say that. I didn't say that. Don't worry
Not
about
in this
it.
color.
You still got the beautiful hair.
It's
All the guys in the band, even D, had the hair.
he still has his hair.
got the great hair.
Everybody still has their hair in the band.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But it's not like out like here no more.
No,
where
no,
Pete
we
Snyder
gotta-
used to scare the hell out
You
of me.
gotta tame it, you know, you
Down
gotta
at
tame it down a little
The
bit.
factory.
We have to go to PTA meetings, so you can't be scaring
PTA.
you know, you can't be scaring the teachers and
That'd
stuff.
be good thing, though. To go show up at the PTA meeting with the makeup on, you know? That'd be something like,
Yeah,
you know, hey,
that's-
Twisted Sister.
That'd be great. Do
you
good for my son's class. That's right.
know. You look great.
Well, thank you.
Everybody, he looks
I
like
feel great. I
He looks
feel
like
great.
the same guy who busted in the video. We're not gonna take it.
Yeah.
I must have loved that part.
It was great. It was Mark Metcalf. We still talk to this day. And
That's the guy that was in Animal House.
Niedermeyer. You played Niedermeyer. Yeah.
Niedermeyer.
Twisted Sister! What is that?
Wipe that smile off your face.
Do you understand?
He has a restaurant in the Midwest, and he has all paraphernalia and stuff on there. And every day, people come in to just go to this town,
And I remember
just to go to this restaurant,
Yeah.
and they'll go up and they'll go Niedermeyer, and they'll go, oh please, you know. And
He's in a lot of movies, too.
yeah, I mean, but that was his thing, his claim,
His claim.
you know.
That would be a great reality TV show. You being at parent meetings, you know, school meetings, school board,
Well, you know,
following you around, head of the
believe it
school
or
board.
not to cut you off, Bob, but VH1 wanted to do a 6-episode on each guy in the band.
All right.
And when the head over there got all the tapes and stuff and said, wow, these guys are boring. I mean, we're not walking around going, Sharon, the dog shit on the rug again, Sharon. I mean, I'm, doing homework and going, coaching the baseball, Little League. And I took my daughter to a father-daughter dance. And the guy said, these guys are boring. I thought they'd be more exciting than this. D's out in his Viper with his daughter, going to Perkins, everybody's coming up to him.
Parents now.
And it's like, well, I don't know what they want. They want us to go out and put masks on and rob banks. I mean, maybe I'll get a reality show like that.
Yeah.
But, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
This is what
It's
it's
too
all
decent.
about.
It's too decent.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. I mean, it's human, it's being a human first, then an entertainer was always my big thing.
All right, getting back to Dr. Lee. All right, so you're doing all this type of holistic healing and stuff. Now, what else could we touch base on?
So today, just come here, I want to tell Chinese, acupuncture is not just to treat the pain. This is number one. Because in this country, most of the people, I think they talk about acupuncture.
Right.
Oh, the pain management, right?
Right.
Actually, it's not only for the pain. For myself, I can use acupuncture almost to treat almost 2,000 conditions.
Mm-hmm.
The pain management is very important, so that's why today we're very popular. A lot of more and more people got involved for the treatment.
Mm-hmm.
But probably we have a question. I think most of the people have this question. Number one, is Dr. Lee, is acupuncture painful? Actually, it's not that painful because number one, not like an injection needle. The needle is very, very fine.
Yes.
Very fine. But we'll show you, that we will see later.
Sure.
How many needles do you use?
Between probably from 6 to 20 needles.
At one time, right?
One time per one patient.
Wow.
I just treat a musician, this is like a piano teacher. He come to me, the rest is very painful,
Sure.
for a long time. Nobody can help.
Right.
I just treat 3 times. Now it's no pain at all.
Wow.
Yes.
What kind of pain, let's say, you would use acupuncture for?
From the top to the toe, we all can use acupuncture.
You're going to need about 130 needles for me.
No.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something else.
AJ would be a pincushion.
I'll be a little like a porcupine by the time
Because
I'm
I was treating the doctor, in Long Island. The doctor suffered from arthritis for whole body.
Right.
Yeah, for 4 years.
Sure.
Nobody can help him.
Right.
I treated him for 6 months. No pain at all. Now it's pain-free.
Okay.
So why he getting better so quick? Because acupuncture plus my herbs. So the herbs is more powerful.
Dr. Lee also is a licensed herbologist to make his own herbs from scratch.
That's what we want to talk about
the
right
herbs
now.
too.
The healing without medicine, actually natural healing. That's what holistic means, right?
The
Go ahead.
natural healing is that we will use the herb combination treat the any conditions. Infertility.
Right.
Yeah, in the past 2 years, I helped more than 20 infertility patients got pregnant.
You must have a lot of mid-aged guys coming over to you, right?
Yeah. And also, yeah, I have a lot of, we treat for the guy, a lot of, they have impotence,
Right.
Yeah, we treat that. Yeah,
Wow.
I have a patient, he come, you see, I can't do that much, 5 minutes is the longest time. After my treatment is 2 hours,
Wow.
So which one is,
I have a friend.
I'm coming to see
Not
you
me,
soon, bro.
But I have a friend.
Let's talk about a very popular one. It's quit smoking. Recently, I help a lot of patients quit smoking. Before, I was treating them, I needed 6 to 8 times.
Right.
You know how many times now? I think they're getting better too quick, 1, 2, 3 times, done.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's very quick. Yeah, and also lose weight.
Yeah.
My record is I help a guy lose 135 pounds.
Wow.
Wow.
135
I need to
pounds.
lose at least 40.
Yeah, that's easy.
I need about 30.
That's an easy job.
I need 40.
Me and him, 30 and 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you in for? How many pounds?
27, 28.
When you were younger, you had that, that young, scrappy Irish look, you know what I mean? But now you look a little more refined. But,
Now he looks like a cop.
yeah.
Right.
No, now you graduated to the detective.
Yeah, it's like a
Chief of
detective.
detectives now.
That's right.
Before you were like the rookie cop on Hill Street Blues.
That's right.
remember?
Yep.
Yeah. They used to pick on you, right? A lot.
That's
They
right.
always picking on the rookie cop, right?
That's right.
The bigger guys.
That's right.
But then you became an Oz, though. You got an Oz.
Yeah, then I was a middle CO in right between the seasoned cop and the rookie cop.
You got to kick butt a little bit.
I got a little, but I was a good cop there. I was a decent. Wasn't I Tattoo Mike?
No, I'll say one thing fast.
Yes.
Out of all this is the way I call all the shots. Out of every actor I ever seen on Oz, Bobby Clohessy was the most realistic, believable character I ever. It was just perfect.
Well, that's why he's a friend of yours.
Yeah,
You
just
see? I
perfect.
mean, because you're a great guy, perfect
you.
guy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect
Absolutely.
gentleman, Mikey Tattoo. We'll give a hand for Mikey.
Absolutely.
Mikey brought down. We got Jodi Jett on the show here tonight, so we got to
Yes.
give it up to Jodi Jett, right? Also, we have Vital Point. Vital Point. But I'd like to bring out that we have Dave Palumbo here, and we have Colette, right? Yep. And we're gonna get to them right after we get to Jodi Jett, so she's gonna rock out right now. So take it away, Jodi Jett, the New York Rocks.
Go, go, ladies, girls, we are the world with your big hair, short, short hair, like a day hair.
Where you from?
Grew up in the Midwest in Kansas.
Okay, so you're not in Kansas no more.
I know.
Look at that.
I tell you, I've heard that thousands of times since I moved to New York City.
Now it's 1,001.
Got a lot of Kansas jokes going on.
I know.
Okay, and you're Jodi, that's your name, right?
Yes, Jodi Jett.
Because there's Jodi Jett too. I guess a lot of
know.
people get a little confused, right?
It's a little confusing, and I've worked in. Here to my left is John Nugent.
There you go.
And,
Wow.
and I might as well introduce the rest of them. Tony Montalbano and Tom Ward.
Okay.
And for a while I was working with a guy named Matt Rocker, so we had this whole like John Nugent, Matt Rocker, and Jodi Jett. And
Now,
it
your
was
company
a little
too.
too surreal.
The company that you brought down, Margot, right? She's
Yeah.
from Organic Entertainment?
Yes.
Organic Entertainment. I'll give it a hand for Margot.
Margot.
Pretty lady, too. Pretty lady. Recently, we just did a show actually down at the Phoenix studio, so I want to give a little plug for Phoenix because they're doing so much wonderful things, and they did me so right by having me to do Who Rocks the Best down at the Phoenix studios. And we had AJ. AJ, talk a little about what happened the day we had the bands down.
Yeah, it
we had
was-
like 4 or 5 bands. You came in the morning.
I came in the morning.
Stayed for a little while. We did an interview.
We did an interview with Bernard.
Bernard, there
I
you
got
go.
to meet my favorite,
Right.
when I was growing up, drummer.
New York rocks and rocks and rocks. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here.
It was one of my favorites was Bernard Purdie, and I was like, I walk in, it's like, and I'm like, how you doing, Mr. Purdie? He's like, oh yeah, you know, it's like.
It was early. It was early.
It was
in the morning.
it was early,
Yeah.
and I'm meeting one of my favorite drummers, and you know, I went and I looked at the studio, and I said to Bill, right? That's his name, Bill.
Yeah, Bill's the owner down
said-
there. We have Bill, Tony is his son, and we also have Kevin.
I used to go into the other rooms to
Right.
rehearse, and it's like they were small and everything.
Right.
And then I walked into the studio, and I look in, and
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
have a big, huge
and
room.
then I like,
they have
and
a
I'm like,
board in there, a music board. They must
not
have
the same-
spent
it
about
didn't
$1
look like
million
the same place.
on the studio. Gorgeous studio down at Phoenix. It's on Article Road if you want to go check it out. Next month, we're going to have another competition with the bands for Who Rocks the Best. So if you come down, you can come down and meet guys like Bernard Purdie, Pretty Purdie.
Pretty
Gotta say
Purdie.
because he's a pretty guy. And we're
He's
going to
very
him up in a
pretty.
little while.
Very pretty.
Great man, gentleman, and he always hangs out down there. He's always working with them. It's a beautiful place. And the interview came out great, and the bands came down. They did a great job, and we're going to do it
yeah, we
next
had
month.
those 2 kids, the 2 young kids, the
We
rap,
also had the rap, hip-hop.
Christian rap,
Double-
Christian hip hop,
Double Trouble.
Double Trouble.
Yeah, Double
And they
Trouble.
were
Yeah.
really
And then we had One Flesh. We had It's Not Over. We had Star 69. We had 440. And there was one more band. That's it. It's Vital Point. 5 bands and the hip hop group. It came out really good. We got Kevin Moy. He's helping out with the editing. We're spicing it up a little bit, going into new directions.
Hi everybody, this is Kevin Moy coming to you live from my secret studio, where I edit programming for NYRocks and some of my other clients. I hope you enjoyed some of the improvements I've made to Phil's show. Nice meeting you and hope you enjoy the show.
I want to thank Johnny Bianco for helping me out
Yeah.
also.
Johnny.
Rocks.
All right, so you know what? We have Dave up here, and in a little while we're going to bring Bernard up. Also, we're going to have Vital Points, still going to rock on the show. And then we're going to get out of the show. We did a great job. I want to thank everybody for coming on. And thank, what a great show. Well, you got Dave right here.
Dave's right here.
Dave's home. You know, like Dave's not home, but Dave is home. He's right here. He's in Staten Island. It's like a home. Staten Island's your home now.
Close.
Right here.
Everyone thinks Staten Island and Long Island are the same thing, unless you're from New York.
No,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm sitting up here and I got my plastic cup and I really figured, you know, looking at the set and all the people here, I was waiting for the wine glass with the plate of pasta, Italian
Next time.
sausages.
Next time.
Come on, I mean,
Well, that's well, you're a fitness guru, right? You're from, well, you look pretty, you know. You know.
well, we're both professional bodybuilders. Yeah,
Right.
we do this for a living. And
Beautiful lady. Introduce that. Colette, right? No,
Glenn Elsa, my fiance, yes.
And your last name, you're from Dave Palumbo.
Palumbo, right? Yeah.
All right.
Sicilian. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a brother. A Sicilian brother. I gotta shake his hand. Over
I
here.
said you look like I wanted to call him Uncle Phil. Because
Yeah.
you look like Uncle Phil. You look just like
Usually they think I'm Joe Pesci.
Yeah, I can see that. That's right. I see that.
Carmine Appice a little bit. You can pass for Carmine, you know. Right?
Beautiful lady, though. Your fiance.
my fiance, correct? We met at a bodybuilding show, believe it or not. Not in New York, ironically, in Texas.
I had to come up to him and I said, you know, I live in New York. He's like, oh, you do? Oh, really? I'm like, well, I guess he knows nothing about me. I'm like, okay, well, I do, you know.
She's originally from Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, I always said, you never look for girls in New York, you had to go out of the state.
Out of the state,
When'd you meet? When'd you both meet?
2002, June.
Yeah, about almost
Texas.
5 years ago.
That's
now.
great.
Yeah. We have like the long-term engagement plan, you know, we're like 3-4
We're
years.
just hiding out in Vegas this year, right? Because we don't want anything big. You got to just do this. You know
That's
what I
all.
mean? There's no reason, right, to make.
She's got the personality. I can tell right away. So you know, you can't say you're bored with that.
Elvis and Madonna lookalikes are gonna marry us. That's all right.
She keeps me on my toes. Yeah.
Okay, now Dave, you started out with bodybuilding and fitness. At what age did you start out?
I actually started out, believe it or not, if you want my whole quick,
Yeah.
brief history, I was in medical school.
Right.
Okay, I went to college and I went to medical school. I was going to be a doctor, and I was in my 3rd year of medical school, and I was doing the bodybuilding thing, and all of a sudden, something in my brain just snapped, and I said, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
And so I dropped out of, I took a leave of absence, I dropped out of medical school. Everyone in my family thought I was nuts, of course, you know, but you know, I had to support a family in that.
Followed your dream. Now,
Yeah.
what was that?
I don't even know what my dream was at the point. I just said, I think I'm going in the wrong direction.
Right.
So I switched, and I started the bodybuilding. I started competing. The second I dropped out, it was like someone came to me with a contract and said, I want to, you to sponsor my supplement line. So
Wow.
it was like that was the sign that was
Right.
the right path. And ever since then, I took a lot of the knowledge that I learned in school and I applied it. And I think she did the same because she has a master's degree in nutrition. And we both kind of applied it to bodybuilding, and we kind of carved out our own little niche for ourselves, not only to be the dumb muscle-head bodybuilder, but
Right.
to also have the knowledge to educate people on how to eat properly, live a long time,
Right.
but look good while they're doing that. Sure. I mean, because if you look like crap and you feel like crap and you live to 90, who cares? I don't want. I'd rather.
Were you always into fitness, or like it's like like earlier in your life you used to do the wildlife and then like you changed over? Because let's face it, when we were younger we did like
Right.
crazy things, and then we kind of like a lot of people like keep doing stupid things and their body turns into hell and they end up eventually dying or whatever or getting sick. But
I wish I had a glamorous story to tell you. I was
Right.
always very straight-laced in the
Right.
sense that I always trained and I always wanted to look good for myself.
Right.
And I didn't go through my crazy years until like a few years ago.
Right.
I delayed it because I was in school
Right.
for so long. And she never had any crazy years.
She's like a type A personality, like a nut job.
She channels it through her
So,
exhibitionism.
You're still in Long Island, obviously.
Yeah,
and then do you have a gym?
You know, I never really wanted to own a gym. I just started, I've been writing for Muscular Development magazine, which is the biggest bodybuilding magazine in the world.
I read that once in a while.
Yeah, everyone seems to read that. But I write for them. I've been writing a column for 5 years now. And now I just was promoted to editor-in-chief of their website, which is
nice.
musculardevelopment.com if anyone's
there you
interested.
go,
musculardevelopment.com.
We're gonna put that up in the little words right
We
there.
actually have a radio show called MD No Bull Radio, and the characters on the show, we call ourselves the Muscle Mob. So I got the shirt.
Yeah.
I got the shirt, the Muscle
seen the
Mob.
shirt.
No bull.
We want to see you without the shirt. Though, you know what I mean? I've seen some pictures. Yeah, I was like, this guy looks like Mr. Universe.
He's huge. He's huge.
You look fantastic,
Huge.
man.
Thank you.
You know what it is? You got it all going on. The upper half and the lower half of the body.
he's
You
got the
train
legs,
both
man.
parts.
Yeah.
The legs are very important when you're looking in competition. Talk a little bit about that, how the body should be proportioned right.
I think everyone who starts out training and anyone who says otherwise is lying, that everyone starts out working out because they want to look good at the beach.
Right.
But if you notice, most of the guys at the beach who have like a decent physique have no legs.
Right.
That's
They're
what we call
at
the
the
beach
beach wearing
bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Sweatpants. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have like this huge upper body, and I never wanted that. I always wanted to have that balance, symmetry, and that's what's important with bodybuilding competition. So I never really neglected my legs. I always train my legs. A lot of guys don't want to train legs because it hurts.
Right.
They want to do it easy. They want to go to the gym and do chest and arms.
Yeah.
The
And
biggest muscle, though, in your body, isn't it like, it's not your leg muscle, though, but your chest or
Actually,
your leg?
I'm a trivia person. The gluteus maximus muscle is the biggest muscle in the body. Believe it or
I didn't know
not.
that.
The butt, in case you don't know what that is.
I can't see my
We can
butt.
say yes on
I
here.
got a
You
little
can say
butt.
yes on here, yeah.
I got a little butt. I can't see it. You know what I mean?
But I used to, not to cut you off, I used to do a lot of leg training.
Right.
Because double bass, I'm playing for 2 hours,
Right.
3 sets a night, an hour a show, and my legs used to get tired, so I started really concentrating mostly on my thighs and my calves.
Right.
And then, doing the rest of it, of course, now you're ambidextrous, you got to do it. Then I started concentrating on the top. But I did it for so long that I started to cut down a little bit on my speed as a drummer because of the fact that I was getting so big. I mean, I had 17-inch arms. You could never tell at one time from constantly, lifting.
Yeah.
And then I had to cut back on it. And I got in touch with a friend of mine who became a nutritionalist. He said they cut me down slowly. And that's when I started getting my speed back. So.
Well, you know what it is? I found it kind of interesting. You were telling me backstage that you and Dee used to go and train every place you guys traveled to, right?
4 days a week. And we would run, like if it was 10 miles away,
you'd run there?
We would run from the hotel or if it was one of those nights, we would have the tour bus take us, It's like, but that was, we would call that punking out. We'd be like 7 o'clock in the morning, let's go, and be like, all right, yeah. And we'd run into, put your hair in a ponytail, sweats on. We'd go into the gym, we'd be like, blah, blah. And I was bench pressing like 380 back then,
That's good weight, yeah.
And
the
then,
drummer has to stay in condition.
well, yeah, I had to. That's why I didn't start.
The other guys don't have to do nothing, just get the guitar.
I didn't start getting crazy like you said with the drinking and stuff like that till I was 30. So it was after touring was over.
You already accomplished what you had.
But now I find out that being, physically walking 5 miles a day and the karate and stuff is helping me out.
Well, you know what? The legs, believe it or not, hold most of your muscle mass.
Right.
So if you neglect your legs, and you got to take this analogy, the more muscle you have on your body, the faster your metabolism is, so the more food you can eat.
Right.
So if you neglect your legs, you're almost taking away 50% of your body's metabolism. So people don't realize by training legs, you'll actually get leaner. And she could tell you more. She's a nutritionist,
Talk a little bit about how'd you get started with the magazine again?
Well, once again, I had a pretty good following,
Right.
with my nutritional advice. The owner, Steve Bleckman, knew that I had a medical school background, and all the people who write for the magazine are degrees and stuff like that. So he asked me to start writing an article, and I wrote an article, and it was very well received. And so I started writing for them on a monthly basis. And then when he decided he wanted to move to the digital format on the web, her and I do websites.
Right.
And she does a lot of websites for all the professional bodybuilders.
Yeah, that was my in with him. I said, how am I going to get this guy? I design websites. You need a website. So that was, you got to have a game.
That's a good
key,
yeah.
You can mention the website that you developed.
Yeah, we have both of us. I have ColetteNelson.com, ColetteNelson, and he has DavePalumbo.com. So really easy. And
that's a nice website. Cool. I looked at the pictures.
Did you see that?
And I said, I like black. I'm a black kind of guy.
Me too.
What do you think of this, Rob? Talk a little bit about what do you think, and then this whole thing with the bodybuilding and everything, and what's going on.
I was never into bodybuilding. So I'm fascinated by it. I was a street kid from the Bronx. You played basketball and went to the boxing gym.
Yeah.
That's
probably when you were growing up. They thought that only gay people worked out.
Yeah, maybe that's what
back then. I know.
That's the thing that's so interesting about bodybuilding. It used to be like on ESPN. Remember, like in the middle of the night, you'd wake up to get something to eat, and there'd be on.
Yeah.
And then it's like lost its, I don't know, it's lost its charisma, but everybody is fascinated by it, right? I mean, just the average person's always like, what is the deal? They're interested.
Right.
So hopefully we can, with some new energy that we can start seeing bodybuilding. I mean, you've got ping pong on Saturday afternoon, you know what I mean? Bodybuilding's got to be more interesting than ping pong. I don't know.
Speaking about energy, how about we bring up Vital Point, because they have a lot of energy and they're ready to rock. We're going to get them up here right now. So let's hear from the band, and then we'll talk more with Dave. And thank you, Rob and AJ. So let's hear from Vital Point. Vital Point rocks.
Because he was good.
job. Hey, guys, what do you got up next? I know we're doing a video for Vital Point called End of the Line. Talk a little about the video. We got a video coming up, right?
Actually, Phil, thanks for giving me a chance to talk about it. But I think the best thing for us to do is to show everybody what the video looks like because we've been working on it so hard. I just finished editing the video, which I directed and you assistant directed. We shot most of it in NYRocks Park and some of the scenes of Rhythm and Brews on Richmond Road.
Right, this is scene 1, bass guitar, take 2.
Action!
Next! That's good.
So here's a world premiere on NYRocks TV.
New York rocks! New York rocks!
What the fuck's going on in there? Huh? Fuck this.
Where are you going?
I'm out of
Kevin. That was a great video. Well, Vital Point, they rock, baby. Woo, yeah. Give it up for Vital Point Rocks, baby. Jimmy Rocks. All right.
Stay tuned, you're watching New York Rocks.
We have Bernard Purdie up here. Pretty Purdie. This guy's been around for years. He's a living legend. He drummed for Aretha Franklin for over 25 years.
Thank you.
Aretha Franklin, a very beautiful, talented artist that gave us a legend in herself. But you are a legend. Let's talk about you because you're here.
Me?
And, hey.
Oh, I'm a legend.
You are. You know, we're going to do a whole show with you. We're going to have you come up and sit out throughout the whole show. How would you like that?
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
How do you like the show? How do you like the show?
I love it. I like what's going on. It's nice.
The bands are good. A lot of energy.
Great. A lot of energy.
Yeah.
I remember when I had that good energy.
You still do.
No, man.
You still do.
You got it going on. You played with so many greats. Talk about some of the greats that you played with. You started out a long time ago, right?
Well, I did start out a long time ago. But to bring you up to date, there's a few of them that Steely Dan.
Right. Very great.
There's James Brown.
James Brown, the legend.
Yeah, of course,
Godfather.
Aretha Franklin. There's Donny Hathaway. There's Frank Sinatra.
There you go.
There's
Tom Jones, you said.
Tom
right?
Jones. There's Duke Ellington. There's Count Basie. There's Louis Armstrong.
Dizzy Gillespie.
Dizzy Gillespie, to name a few.
Yeah.
So I've been very fortunate.
Oh, I know them. I know them.
I enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
I still do.
You're living the dream the whole life. We're starting late over here.
Well, you got to start sometime.
That's right.
So for me, I was lucky. I started quite early, but I had good teachers, and I got lucky. I was doing something that nobody else was doing at the time, so it worked. So I was very fortunate to be on maybe 500 or 600 hit records.
I'm very fortunate for having you on the show. I want to thank you very much. This is an honor and a privilege to have you.
Well, thank you.
Yes, let's get the show rolling a little bit and get to finish up with Dr. Lee for now. Go ahead, Dr. Lee. You're going to do the thing with Mike right here.
Yes.
All right. So we'll check that out. And we're going to bring up the band in a little while. We're going to bring up Jodi. It's going to rock out.
Just to show the acupuncture not painful. But probably somebody have a question. He has a lot of tattoo, you know.
Yeah.
Probably he doesn't care about the needle, right?
I'm afraid of needles.
Oh,
I don't like needles at all.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
afraid of them.
Right?
We got Dave Palumbo on the show, too.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe, like, in case he needs somebody, he brought his fiance, Colette.
Colette
Nelson.
Yeah.
She's on the show here tonight. So maybe she can hold your hand in case. Now, Colette, why don't you come upstairs? Come up here. Come upstairs. You don't have to come upstairs yet. I'm not.
Colette, I'm so scared.
You don't have to go to bed yet.
You gotta hold his hand,
He might be
Colette.
scared,
Come on.
so maybe you'll come up there
come on.
and make sure Mikey doesn't get scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on. She'll make sure you're safe. There you go.
I feel better already.
Look at that.
Yeah. So just put two
Make
needles.
sure he don't cry. Okay.
Number one
don't
and number two. Yeah.
Use the force, Mikey.
I'll use it.
Put
Mike's
this.
a pretty serious guy.
You see,
so
this
know
the needle is very fine, you know,
Yeah.
very fine. And also, we put the needle in, it's very faster. So, almost no feeling.
Wow.
Mike was on ours. I don't think he's afraid of
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much tattoo, you know. Yeah, that's it. So this
Now
like
what's that doing now? What's that curing or?
oh, this point is they balance the whole body, you know, the nervous system, and also this one is for so many conditions that can treat like a digestion system
can
and
you do
also
me?
skin problem. Yeah, you can do it. You know.
me.
Why not? You know.
Yeah.
So when we got more, yeah, they give you something, you know.
Yeah,
compare.
absolutely.
Yeah, we have needle.
I can't hold your hand, AJ.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
It's nothing, you know.
Homie don't play that way.
Yeah. Is that true? Yeah.
You gonna put it in or?
I did.
Oh, that's it.
Right?
I did.
That's what my first wife said.
Second. Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
That's it, all right.
Wow.
Mikey's got more tattoos
Yeah,
than you.
that's
now.
cool.
Why. He's more braver. That's great.
That's cool.
Now, what does this do again?
saying that.
He says this is a lot of different conditions.
Yeah, a lot of these are two major points. You know, this on the top, this can calm you down. There's a lot of patients have stress.
Yes.
Stress and
Yes.
like, Dr. Lee, I have a lot of stress. I have anxiety. You know, I got anger. You know, it's like this. After acupuncture, 20 minutes, most of my patients will sleep. I wake them up.
I sleep all the time. I go to him every week. Listen,
because stress all gone, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So people that, let's say, were on drugs, let's say, but cleaned up their act, let's say, do they come to you for a treatment?
Yes.
To make them feel like more calmer and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of people these days, they are quitting drugs and they're getting into the health kick and everything, and they need another way of, let's say,
that's the
therapy,
best
right?
way, you know, to help them.
Right.
With the anxiety, anyway.
I treat a lot of, you know, the young people. They use the drug, you know, marijuana, and cocaine, whatever.
Yeah.
I help them, you know.
Okay, Dr. Lee. Now tell everybody how they can get in touch with you. Do you have a website? Let people know your website.
www.naturalhealing.com.
And I want to thank you for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you want, you can stick around.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a lot on New York Rocks.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So let's go to Jodi Jett and we'll give it a hand.
We'll leave him there a couple of days.
Thank you, Colette.
All right. So you're gonna play another song. What song are you gonna play?
This song is called The Prize, and it'll be my first single that'll be released over the next few months. It'll come out in the next few months. It'll be released.
Party.
Which I just said, but it'll be
released. You're under the lights and you're on New York Rocks, so what's bigger than that?
That's right.
But what I'm trying to say is it'll be on the next record, and I'm releasing it before the next record.
Right here in New York City, right? Yeah. Not in Kansas.
Not in Kansas.
All right. You know, what's the song that you're gonna do now?
The Prize.
Let's hear it. Jodi Jett.
Yeah.
She has long brown hair, a perfect nose, and beautiful eyes. She has luscious lips, cheek is fair. Don't forget the beautiful eyes. She's a prisoner bitch. Sometimes her voice makes her twitch, but she looks real good on your arm. Yeah, she looks real good on your arm. I wanna be your pride. Be your pride. Why can't it be in your eyes? I wanna be your pride. Why can't it be me in your eyes and not her in your arms? You don't see me, see you from behind. You look real good from behind. You step aside, I see a chaser. How you love to chase her. And from the inside, I cry for you and for me. I wish you were so amazed by me. I wish I could still see in my dreams. You're running, running, never catch her. Rather wish my dreams hadn't come true. I run and never catch you. To the luck of my love for you. I'm sure some other guy will come along, make me laugh the way you do. Yeah, he'll make me smile the way you do. Entertainment to me just ain't my destiny. wanna be your pride. I wanna be your pride. Why can't it be me in your eyes? I wanna be your pride. Why can't it be me in your eyes? I wanna be your pride. Why can't it be me in your eyes? I wanna be your pride. Why can't it be me in your eyes and not her in your arms?
Now, how can they find out more about what's going on with Jodi Jett and Organic? Tell everybody.
JodiJett.com, where you can find me on MySpace. That's JodiJett. And Organic Entertainment also has a MySpace, so that's the keyword, Organic Entertainment.
Thank you very much for coming on, rocking out on New York Rocks. Hey, I want to thank the New York Rocks band for rocking out here tonight. I want to thank the mayor of rock and roll, Sal Sirchia, and Mikey Tattoo. Also, Big Bad Bill Catalano on the drums, with special guest Byron Clohessy. I want to thank Robert Clohessy for coming on the show here tonight, and I'd like to thank Dr. Lee for coming down and sticking some pins in my friends. I want to thank Johnny Bianco. I want to thank Kevin Moy. I want to thank Jennifer McClinton. I want to thank Romulus Stanton and Lola Kalman. I want to thank Joe Casucci and Tony Montalbano. And we want to thank Carmine DeBetta, right? Jackie Vincent, right? Mike Struck. Greg Hazen, Frank Johnson,
Yeah.
Elizabeth Lopez. I want to thank Mike DiGiacomo, Anthony Rosano, and also Mitch Foley, Woody Aurelius. I want to thank Meredith Fay, Margot Durgos. I like to thank Bernard Purdie. I like to thank AJ from Twisted Sister, baby. I like to thank Dave Palumbo coming down with Colette Nelson, his beautiful fiance. I want to thank Tommy Guns and the New York Rock Girls, Kristen and Erin. Hey, how about that Van Vital Point, man? They rock, don't they? I want to thank Joey Penzarella, baby. I would like to announce some of our sponsors here tonight. We have Island Tattoo over here on Old Town Road. We got Doza, Oogie, helping us out. Supporting New York Rocks, we gotta give them a hand. And also we have a new sponsor, we have the Lowriders. Yeah. Joey Norman helping out with New York Rocks. I wanna thank my food sponsors. I wanna thank Big Al's on Howland Boulevard. And I wanna thank also Planet Wings, baby, on Lincoln and Highland. That's about it. Oh yeah, we got to thank AJ. AJ! Hey, AJ!
I was waiting. I'm like, what am I, what?
So I want to thank everybody for rocking out and coming here and being a guest on New York Rocks. Until next time, you're watching New York Rocks. So let's bring the house band up and let's rock out of this show, man.
Yeah.
These guys rock the most. Thank you very much.